Dish TV is better than cable TV. Why? Because you can save 45% on packages compared to your high-priced cable bill. Wow. Take those giant scissors out and cut the cable and save with Dish TV. Plus, you get a free DVR upgrade to record your favorite shows and free installation. And with Dish Anywhere, you can watch TV for free on your mobile device. Act fast. You can save hundreds of dollars. Does your cable company do that for you? Get all the best TV programming at your fingertips at a fraction of the price of cable TV. So say adios, arrivederci, goodbye to the high cable bill and save up to 45% on Dish TV packages today. These are limited time offers and can change at any time. Call fast. 800-405-2561. 800-405-2561. 800-405-2561. That's 800-405-2561.
Sports Professor Rick Horrow, Beyond the Scoreboard, the trillion-dollar business of sports, deal-making, business, law, politics, Olympics, more Olympics. Today, we have an in-depth interview with Scott Hamilton at his house in Nashville before he headed out to the Olympics. He's immersed in NBC family of networks coverage of the Olympics. We'll get a rare glimpse of him behind the scenes, his philanthropy, his charity, even his golf swing. If you want to hear more from Scott and you want to see the 15 to watch, 5 power of sports, 5 technical issues in sports this week, CSN Mid-Atlantic, CSN Washington, the NBC family of networks. Take a look on the website. And also subscribe Google Play, Audio Boom, Apple, iTunes. Take a look at us in a lot of different places. We have a great show today, and the bottom line is all Olympics all the time first, and then Scott Hamilton. But before Scott, the Olympics, by the way, are being praised by everybody. The Olympics are being lauded on and off the track or snow or field. 60 tents damaged by winds and speed of 7 meters per second. Organizers warned of flying debris during the biathlon, for example. Many events postponed and rescheduled. The organizing committee has not been able to control, despite giving out thousands of free tickets, all those empty seats showing up on camera at virtually every event. So that's the worst thing about this. The best thing is we have a legacy. We have an event that may be a bit over budget, but the bottom line is, compared to Sochi and Rio, the legacy will be long-lasting. Contrast that, at least the first half of the Olympics, to the U.S. 98 in Nagano. U.S. finished with 6th in the medal table, just 13 and 68 events. These events may be the same kind of success. Michaela Schifrin, Nation Chen, medal favorites heading into their respective competitions. But the lack of medals also means a dearth of emerging stars. Red Gerard, yes. Chloe Kim, yes. Women's hockey captain Megan Duggan, yes. The brightest standouts in an otherwise unsure, at least at this point, American stardom coming out of the Olympics. How long will they last as stars? Up to the agents, up to the media. Let's talk about that next week. Obviously, the hockey team, the NHL relationships with everybody.
We're going to take a short break, but when we return, more Rick Horrow, the sports professor.
How's that kitchen remodel coming along?
I haven't found a reliable contractor and have no idea where to start.
What about Home Advisor?
Home what?
Home Advisor. They match you to pre-screened and top-rated pros for any kind of home project. You can even check pricing and book appointments online.
What's the catch?
No catch. Home Advisor is completely free to use.
Really? I'll check it out.
Go to HomeAdvisor.com or download the free app.
Home Advisor. If you're one of the millions of Americans who can't work because of a serious injury or illness, you may be eligible for disability benefits from Social Security. Receiving benefits is your right. It doesn't matter if you've applied before and the government has said no. Let the experienced attorneys at Bill Gordon & Associates help you get the Social Security disability you deserve. Their team of attorneys have been fighting for benefits for people just like you for over 20 years. And best of all, they're there's no fee until you receive your benefits. There are many conditions that make you eligible, including some you may not even be aware of. So if you're disabled and unable to work, call Bill Gordon and Associates today for your free no-obligation consultation. See if you qualify for the Social Security benefits you need and deserve. 800-443-4996. 800-443-4996. That's 800-443-4996.
The new year is here, and it's time to honor those resolutions to look your best. Dr. Edward Damascus brings decades of experience as a plastic surgeon to help you where you need it most. Abdominal etching, gynecomastia, calf implants, facial surgery, hair restoration, and more. You can see the incredible results at lookbestforless.com. Serving clients in California, Florida, Europe, and the Caribbean, Dr. Damascus has appeared on Good Morning America and worked with multiple Olympic teams and the U.S. Army, and he can help you. Go to lookbestforless.com. That's lookbestforless.com.
Being a new parent means every high and low you can imagine. But Evos can make it all easier with a baby monitor you can trust. Go to myevos.com, that's MYEVOZ.com, to see how Evos can be the eyes and ears of your nursery. Evos works with your smartphone to provide a live audio and HD video connection to your baby anytime and anywhere. On a date, at work, away on business, even serving your country overseas, Evos helps you never miss a moment. Whether your baby is with a sitter, your partner, a grandparent, or a friend, you'll be right there too. And with unique features like smart alerts that know the difference between a barking dog and your baby crying, extensive sleep tracking data, and state-of-the-art security features for your peace of mind, Evos is the smart baby monitor for connected parents. And enter the code SPORTS at checkout for $20 off. That's myevos.com. MYEVOZ.com.
Welcome back to Beyond the Scoreboard with Rick Horrow. We pick up right where we left off.
A little farther. The bottom line is that the men seem to be acquitting themselves, and the NHL season continues to go along and staying open. So we understand how important that is from the NHL perspective. But a boon for women's hockey. USA gold medal match against Canada on Monday, undoubtedly becoming a marquee event for the games, and everybody's looking ahead, assuming it gets there. How about the Russian athletes? They wear neutral colors, play under the Olympic flag. Russian fans have brought an extra sense of pride and noise to Pyeongchang. Olympic athletes from Russia is not exactly the most patriotic yell, but they're loud and proud. Hockey, biathlon, figure skating, wrapped in flags, and chanting in Russian. Russian curler, by the way, accused of doping, under investigation, and it may undergird all of the future OAR efforts in this Olympics and beyond. There are other Olympic issues, for example. When you take a look at some of the philanthropy that's involved as well, Para-Olympians share tips for mental training with current Olympians, and NBC looks forward to the Para-Olympics right after these events. Barclays, Big, Milk Life, others have been sponsors of the Paralympic movement for a number of years. Look at that to continue, at least generally. And then looking ahead beyond 2 weeks, how about 2 years? Tokyo 2020 already surpassed domestic sponsorship revenue for all prior Olympics. The IOC reporting domestic sponsors, the initial projections of nearly $3 billion. With the Games still more than 2 years away, 47 brands already on board. And that figure doesn't even include long-term IOC sponsors like Bridgestone, Panasonic, Toyota. For comparison purposes, London raised $1.5 billion or $1.1 billion for the 2012 Summer Games. Rio reported a figure a little higher, but the corruption bids mean you can't take any of their numbers seriously. Tokyo Organizing Committee able to cover their projected budget of nearly $6 billion without recourse to public funding. Japanese and Tokyo metropolitan governments pay the remaining $7 billion. And it's worth noting that since 1960, the median cost overrun for Olympic City has been about 90%. Pyeongchang expected to go about 60% over, but That's not the story. The story is they seem to all be doing the right thing, overcoming some issues of perceived security. North Korea, South Korea, the story of the first week of the games, and clearly the legacy for Pyeongchang and Korea seems bright, at least now, probably forever. Well, speaking of bright, it's an honor to have our interview on the Olympics before we go to the rest of the program. Scott Hamilton is touting his new book. It's called Finish First, Winning Changes Everything. And by the way, he talks about what happens when you finish last. But there's more to Scott Hamilton than all that. He wins his gold medal in '84 in L.A. You all remember that. He won 4 consecutive U.S. championships from '81 to '84 and in the U.S. Olympic Hall of Fame in '90. But he lost his mom to breast cancer. He battled testicular cancer. He was diagnosed with a brain tumor and aneurysm from his first surgery, received a third brain tumor diagnosis 2 years ago, and in 2017 announced his tumor had shrunk without chemo. We talk a little bit about that in the interview, but his Hamilton Cares Foundation, starting in 2014, his Ski 8 to eliminate cancer, his foundations, his work on a Learn to Skate program with the Nashville Predators, and then ultimately with the NHL. He talks about skating and figure skating and normal hockey and learning to skate, all kind of the same. And the NHL looking to how to take it national. Scott Hamilton, truly one of a kind. Here he is now. Scott Hamilton, charitable, Predators, Olympic gold medalist, athlete, skater, humanitarian, and I'm honored to have Scott Hamilton call me a friend.
Oh,
thank you, my friend.
Hey, thanks. Thanks for making the trip. I know it was a hazardous one.
Yeah, just so we understand how important power sports is today, and the irony is not lost on me. So this is a multi-Olympic gold medal champion, and he can't get out of his house because the ice is too...
Well, it's no four-wheel drive cars, and in Nashville, you know what? It's a great excuse to stay home and to be with family.
Yeah, and the leverage was, of course, that we're here. Yeah. I mean, it's not the other way around. So
no, it was easy. Some of us had felt like both of us.
So off to the Olympics. Excited about Korea?
Yeah, it's going to be exciting. You know, it's there's the events are going to be beautifully skated. Competition's going to be really interesting. All 4 disciplines are going to be competed well. I'm excited. The ladies' competition, Medvedeva has looked unbeatable. Zagitova is I think my favorite. Yeah. But she tends to make mistakes where Medvedeva doesn't. So, then the third place Russian girl is really super strong, probably should medal, but it's weak on spins, and there's a little bit of an Achilles heel. The 2 of the 3 Russians have sort of an Achilles heel a little bit, but, it'd be really exciting to see where America fits in with this new young team.
Medal.
On the ladies' side. On
Medalist?
the men's side,
okay.
Ooh, I don't know, maybe. Yeah. It's hard to say. Yeah, that's why they skate, right? That's why we hold the event. Yeah. And, you never know how it's going to go. Men's side, Nathan Chen looks like he could medal. He's up against, these powerhouses that have proven themselves time in, second Olympic cycle. So it'll be really interesting to see where he fits in when you put them all on the same ice and the same warm-up and the same, apples to apples scoring system on the night. It'll be really interesting. But I think he's got a shot. I mean, outside shot for gold, but I would expect him to medal.
You're in the dynamics. We'll talk about all your philanthropic, charitable, Learn to Skate, Predators, all of that world, and it's a substantial world. But NBC also asks you to be current on Olympic stars. It just means a lot more work for you, right? But you are current, but you're also doing other things.
Well, I love skating. I love skating, and I love to watch it. I love to, follow it. I love to, I don't feel 100% comfortable prognosticating as far as, each event and how it all works.
That doesn't stop lesser intellects in other sports, by the way. Just so as we know.
I know we all have an opinion, right? But it's like, I love to watch it. I love to promote it. I love everything about skating. It's given me the life that I have today. And I kind of get it, from a really specific point of view. And, again, it's just a phenomenal sport, an industry that needs a lot of help right now. But it's a great sport, very popular. It's the anchor sport of the Olympics. And it's always fun to go. and witness history.
Well, let's talk about that anchor sport of the Olympics and the business. Judging, athleticism, recruiting, commercialization, media, a lot of things to talk about. How is the business of skating at 30,000 feet?
It's getting better. I think it's hit its lowest point. I think it's on its way back up again. If you look back to the World Championships that were held in Boston, Massachusetts, it was to the rafters. And it was like the good old days. They always talk about the good old days where every single nationals we set another attendance record. And this one was, Boston knows how to do skating. They just get it. They did a great nationals. They did a great World Championships. They just did our biggest Skate to Eliminate Cancer fundraiser we've ever had by quadruple almost. So Boston is kind of a breath of fresh air for skating. And I think that when you look at what's happening in LA, what's happening in Colorado, what's happening in Boston as far as coaching and as far as excellence, what you see happening a little bit in Chicago and Florida. We've got some phenomenal training centers that are going to start pumping out good skaters, and hopefully we'll have one of those right here in Nashville sooner than later.
Good segue. We'll talk about general philanthropy in a minute, but Learn to Skate, the NHL, hopefully understands that there are a lot of compatibilities between hockey players and general skaters, but describe for us your philosophy around Learn to Skate.
Well, I got into skating through a Learn to Skate program at Bowling Green State University, and the main thing I remember about it was just me and 150 other kids having a blast for 4 hours. And I remember that my parents had to threaten me to get me off the ice. I just didn't. I want to be on the ice all the time, and that's the environment I want to create, or that I have created with our leadership of Paul Trujillo and Danny Butler, who's managing the rink. I mean, when we started this, Danny.
We're going to take a short break, but when we return, more Rick Horrow, the sports professor.
It has been said that everyone has a book in them. But do you have the time or the ability to write your book? Maybe you picked up some skills or had a life experience that you want to pass on in the form of a book to help others. Maybe you want to leave an autobiography for your family. Or maybe you've built a successful business and you want to share your story. At Dorrance Publishing Company, we have professional writers who can help turn your book idea into a finished manuscript quickly and affordably. A Dorrance ghostwriter can provide as much or as little help as you need to complete your book. You'll work directly with your ghostwriter to finish your book faster than you ever could on your own. It's easy to become a published author. Call Dorrance now to learn more. 800-485-6003. 800-485-6003. 800-485-6003. Call right now. That number is 800-485-6003.
Tired of paying outrageous prices for prescription drugs? Well, we have great news. Now you can finally get prescription drugs at huge discounts from Canada Drug Center. That's right, the most popular drugs for cholesterol, high blood pressure, depression, diabetes, arthritis, and many more are now up to 75% off. Why pay U.S. pharmacy prices when you can get brand name drugs at the lowest price? Call today and get up to 75% off all the popular brand name prescription drugs. Never pay high prices again. Get the most popular drugs at huge savings from our Canadian and international pharmacies and fulfillment centers. No insurance? No problem. Prices are so low you do not need benefits or insurance to get all your prescriptions fast, easy, and affordable. Operators are waiting to take your call now. Order today and get free shipping. Just call 800-950-1180. Up to 75% off all the popular brand name prescription drugs and free shipping. Call 800-950-1180. That's 800-950-1180.
If you are age 85 or younger, call to learn more about final expense plans from a licensed agent in the Angel Care Network. The average funeral now costs over $10,000. Are you at risk of leaving loved ones to help pay your debts? A final expense policy for seniors can pay up to $30,000 for funeral and other final expenses. You don't need a medical exam, and you can have lifetime coverage, and the policy cannot be canceled. To receive free information about final expense plans from a licensed agent in the Angel Angel Care Network. Call now. You'll also receive information about a free prescription discount card just for calling in. Agents are standing by.
Call 800-508-5774. 800-508-5774. 800-508-5774. Call now. That's 800-508-5774.
Welcome back to Beyond the Scoreboard with Rick Horrow. We pick up right where we left off.
Much he fell in love with our learn to skate.
Yeah.
Because, when you put a hockey player on the ice, you get one skater, and then you get kind of parents fighting in the stands a little bit,
Yeah, right.
When you put a skater into learn to skate, you eventually get the entire family into learn to skate. They become more invested in the facility. You create a whole community of every age level of skater, whether they want to pursue hockey or figure skating, recreational skating, or just get involved with the rink or the skating club or the hockey programs. It's creating this brand new community of people that have everything in common, and they just love to celebrate ice.
And the Predators are the pioneer, but this will be a nationwide template around the NHL, and you're the pioneer of that.
Well, I mean, your mouth to God's ears. Yeah, right. But, I think that what we've created is really unique, and it's really, we've got over 450 kids right now in Learn to Skate. We have over 150 3-year-olds. You know what that's like? Yeah. It's cats in a bathtub, but it's so much fun.
That's well put,
it's so much fun that it's just everything about it. Every time I get to the rink, I'm like everybody else that walks in on Learn to Skate Day. The second I hit that front door, there's a smile on my face, and I can't wait to get started.
Before we get into philanthropy, it's been over 2 years since your diagnosis for the third brain tumor. How are you feeling? How are things going?
Well, I've never been this old before.
No, you haven't. And I've seen, we played golf before. So
And I've never been this bad at golf before either. But, it's, I stay vigilant. I tell everybody else, to stay vigilant, know what's going on with your body, understand, when something says something to you, act on it right away. And with this one, I've just sort of felt compelled to keep an eye on it and clean up my diet, clean up my exercise routine, clean up my life so that, I'm stronger to kind of battle it however I have to. And, so far, miraculous things. God gets all the glory on this one. Miraculous things are happening where, craniopharyngioma, the nature of the brain tumor is it just grows into things and creates all kinds of mischief. This one's shrunk the last 2 scans, and no one can explain it. So, again, my faith tells me that the Lord is sparing me for another day, whatever that is, and I'm going to try to be obedient.
Well, I will tell you, from as spiritual as I can muster, you're too important to get taken away from us. So you better continue to be healthy and kick some butt.
Well, I'm working on it. Again, we're all works in progress, and
some of us are better than others.
I got a lot to make up for, but, I've got a beautiful family, 4 healthy kids, a wife that's very dynamic and involved in the world, and we're just trying to be light.
Let's talk about some of the various philanthropic things that you do. The Scott Hamilton Cares Foundation, talk a bit about that, where it is, where it's going. Yeah,
well, we started off, it was I survived cancer. And when I went through it, I lost my mom to cancer 40 years ago. And 20 years ago, I survived. And it was in that journey that I realized how much was missing in the cancer community, how much research needed to be done, obviously. But it was about, patient support, patient education. I went online to figure out what was going on with testicular cancer, and there were, you're a Harvard guy, right?
Yeah. Play one.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, right.
So there's 12-syllable words, sometimes 3 to a sentence.
That everybody's intimidated by, right?
Well, intimidated. Yeah. I thought either I'm really sick or I'm really stupid, and I know that I negotiated my high school diploma, so I chose stupid. But I realize there's a lot of people like me out there that can't read medical journal papers about their disease. So we created chemocare.com. CARES started off as a initiative at the Taussig Cancer Center at the Cleveland Clinic. And a few years ago, we decided to just start brand new, take the brand and build a dedicated foundation, thinking that we could really go broader, bigger, huger. It's hard. Foundation work is really hard, but every year we've been able to grow. Every year we've been able to pay our bills. Every year we've been able to make a contribution. This year is the biggest one we've made. So every year we're growing and we're building our base and we're setting a solid foundation. And we're really trying to fund the future of cancer treatment options.
But you also evolve specific programs that allow different kinds of people to participate, like Skate to Eliminate. What's that all about?
Skate to Eliminate Cancer is the brainchild of Nadia Kogler, who is a rank manager in Knoxville, Tennessee. Wow. And when we launched CARES, we were based out of Knoxville. And she said, do you mind if I do this thing? And they said, sure, that sounds like fun. And so she put together this peer-to-peer fundraising program, like a 5K or a marathon or a bike race, on ice. And she invited all their skaters to sign up and raise money through their email accounts and family and friends, and she raised in one afternoon $8,000. So it's like, okay, you're going on staff, and we're going to build this program. And so from that very first Skate to Eliminate in Knoxville, that was sort of almost like a flash fundraiser, Boston just did over $160,000 in an evening event, and it was spectacular to visit Boston Children's, where I was a patient, to visit Mass General and to see the work they're doing in cancer, and to benefit Dana-Farber Cancer Institute, which is like, my goodness, the granddaddy of them all, and to really start getting involved with these different cancer centers, holding fundraisers in their towns that benefit them directly, and to take this model nationwide with the help of U.S. Figure Skating has been an amazing growth opportunity, and it's really given us our really foundation of our income.
Paid political announcement, but one of my Harvard buddies was there, and we talked about him. He said he's stoic, but he was moved to tears, and his family was by what you did and how you did it.
Well, it was amazing. We had these kids that would go out and raise $1,000, $2,000. One girl raised over $10,000, and then Peter Lynch and the Witkowskis and their family got totally behind us, held a luncheon for us, which was its own fundraiser, and was heavily involved in all their kids fundraised. It was just an amazing thing, and just the leadership was just phenomenal, and how they got behind it. They said they're going to go ahead, they're going to just put it on the pass line, and I'd say I can't come to every one unless you raise over $25,000. And they go, we're going to commit to that right now. And then they had a meeting, and they're like, holy cow, how are we going to do this?
Yeah, well,
and then in 7 days they raised $25,000, and so they kept upping it, and finally they just started just sort of putting up more thermometers because they broke past every single fundraising goal they made.
Which is a relevant point to your history in this. So you're one of the first celebrities to make a commitment to the Make-A-Wish Foundation as early as 97, and a lot of it was because of your own personal health issues, but a lot of it, I assume, is because you saw how much of a difference you could make in international philanthropy over the past 20 years.
Well, I learned a lot from Make-A-Wish. When we started Stars on Ice, our very first corporate sponsor was Discover Card. Yeah. They were brand new. And we were brand new, so we were kind of like trying to figure this thing out together. And I did a lot of really cool things with Discover Card. Part of it was they just decided from the get-go Make-A-Wish Foundation was going to be their charity. And so everything we did media-wise involved Make-A-Wish Kids, Make-A-Wish Foundation, and we really created a lot of awareness and really raised a lot of money in our touring years because, we were killing it back then with, ticket sales and people getting involved. So Make-A-Wish Foundation was a great thing for us. And in any tour, if a tour doesn't have a philanthropic identity, they're more than likely going to fail because it's not just about them. It's about how they impact the community, how they impact their fan base, and how they really touch people that really need to be touched, moved, given memories, given opportunities. And so for us with Make-A-Wish, it was an amazing relationship that lasted a very long time, and I'm grateful for that every day.
But there's no textbook for that. so it's late 90s, and you've been associated generally with philanthropy, but you're basically committed to the concept of moving the Make-A-Wish Foundation and making it better, and also all of your examples have a philanthropic theme to it, like Special Olympics. Talk about that.
Well, Special Olympics, it was funny. I met Eunice Shriver very early. She was everywhere. This woman there must have been 50 of her back in the day, where she was just everywhere, and anything there was sports, and she was always recruiting, and she was always getting people on board. But she knew that since I was touring 10 or 11 months a year, I probably wouldn't be a very good helper, like in a dedicated way, right? So I was sort of around and doing things, and my coach had a student, and we did this Special Olympic events at this May Day Open in Baltimore, and we built this really wonderful thing. We're bringing in Special Olympic skaters from all over the country, and it was really great. And then I decided to step away from touring skating in 2001, and even before I did my last show, I'm on the phone with Bart Connor, and I'm on the phone with Tim Shriver saying, do you want to be on the board of Special Olympics International? And I said, well, I'm not going to be that busy anymore, so I'd love to fill that time. And so I went on with the board of Special Olympics, and I was there for 16, 17 years. My goodness. What an organization that is. And I have so many friends that I've made throughout the world that just love the organization, love the identity. And now, I with my Cancer Foundation, the Skating Academy, what my wife is doing in Haiti, raising 4 kids, I realized that I couldn't serve in the capacity that I needed to serve. And so I told Tim Shriver I want to step away, and he said, you're still an ambassador. And I go, okay, but here's how I step away from Special Olympics on the board. We now have a grant from Prudential, which is going to allow us to build a special needs program where we can now build special needs skating.
We're going to take a short break, but when we return, more Rick Horrow, the sports professor.
Every home repair or improvement project should start with a pro you know you can trust. That's why for over 15 years, homeowners have trusted Home Advisor.
Home Advisor is a very easy way to find a home contractor, and for me, it's the only way.
You can use Home Advisor for everything. Your house cleaning, your painting.
Electricians, plumbers, handymen. We've had nothing but fabulous every single time.
Home Advisor is a totally free service that instantly connects you with top-rated pros who have passed criminal and financial background checks.
Knowing that they have had the background checks and that they're vetted absolutely gives me a sense of security.
Plus, Home Advisor's True Cost Guide helps you get a fair price by showing you the cost of similar jobs in your area.
Home Advisor is a total solution to any type of work you would ever want to do around your house.
And best of all, it's completely free. Go to HomeAdvisor.com or download the free app.
Home Advisor.
Hey, travelers, do you want to save money on your next flight? Then pick up the phone and call. That's right, call, because the best prices are not online. They're with SmartFares. See, SmartFares has special deals with the airlines. When they have unsold seats, they use SmartFares to fill them. So you get airline tickets at ridiculously low prices. Our prices are too low to publish online. With the extra money you'll save, you can book another trip or treat yourself to dinner or shopping. So stop searching all of those travel sites to find the lowest price on your next flight. Let one of our SmartFares expert travel agents find ridiculously low prices for you. Call SmartFares today and get the best price on your next flight. Guaranteed. Also, save up to 50% off business and first class tickets.
855-325-1780. 855-325-1780. That's 855-325-1780.
I'm Chris Walls, and I'm a truck driver from Missouri. For 13 hours a night, I sit in my truck and I drive. Out of boredom, I'll stop and eat. If I'm not doing fast food, I guarantee there's a bag of chips open on my dashboard. Along with that, I'm good for about 4 liters of soda a night. That was all until Andro 400. I started out 4 months ago weighing 341 pounds, and since taking Andro 400, I have dropped 45 pounds. I'm sleeping better, There's no cravings. There's no excessive thirst. My knee pain went away. I've had some lower back issues, and I've noticed that went away, and I can only contribute that to Andro 400. One thing that Andro 400 said on the radio ad says it attacks belly fat. Well, let me tell you, it did. I've lost 6 inches. This product really does work.
So guys, if you'd like to experience similar results, then get Andro 400, the safe, natural, and inexpensive way to boost your testosterone. Go to andro400.com. andro400.com.
Welcome back to Beyond the Scoreboard with Rick Horrow. We pick up right where we left off.
Skating program in our academy. It's dynamic. We've got the participation in this is going to be unbelievable. I think it's one of the fastest growing Best Buddies communities in the country. And we've got this resource of the Predators and Roman Yossi and Kyle Turris and Annalise Barron, who built Best Buddies here. They're bringing us our skaters. And, I called Tim Shriver to let him know what I was doing. And he's going, interesting timing. And I go, okay, what am I getting into now? And he said, well, in the next World Winter Games are in Sweden, and they want to do hockey as an exhibition sport. And he goes, do you think you could field a hockey team in 3 years?
There you go.
And I go, well, I guess I'm going to have to. So
skater, hockey, special needs, hockey guy, whatever it is.
No.
All right, we're segueing because this is struggles in earlier life, illnesses, setback, teach you to be stronger, one of the central messages of the book. But you tell us what the central message of the book is. This is critical. Everybody that's watching, you better get one of these.
Well, Finish First came out of a lot of conversations with different people about how people just don't. They always have that desire, like, I'd love to win something. Wouldn't it be? I'd love to get recognition. I'd love to have a victory. I'd love to have if you want to honor somebody, anywhere in Africa, just give them a certificate. They're thrilled, right? Yeah. But it's like, or anywhere actually. Yeah. But when I think about, growing up as a kid wanting to feel special, it was always about winning something. It was always about what can I do to make my life special and meaningful and to really feel that glow of having really a victory in my life. And I had a lot of setbacks. I had a lot of knockdowns. I had a lot of things. And through a lot of failure, through a lot of other components that would normally defeat somebody, I found a way to get stronger. And I figured out a way to go from being the guy that came in last a lot. I won some, but I was last in the important competitions. I needed to figure out a way to win. And I needed to figure out a way to really drive myself to take advantage of opportunity in order to be successful. And so it just sort of ended up in a book, and it's called Finish First, and it's basically a call to action for anybody that wants to change their lives for the better. It's an argument for and a guide to being the best you can be. And it's about creating a platform of a lot of small victories to have that big victory right there in front of you. And it's in many ways, it's counterculture because we live in a participation trophy society. We live in an instant gratification society where if you need something, all you have to do is pick up your phone. Yeah. And so it's a lot of the drive that would normally live in us to really do something special is taken away from us through, through social media, through electronics, through all these other things, through the participation trophy, through recognition, through saving our children from the sting of failure. It's like failure, if you look at a recipe or a pie chart for success, failure is the largest single ingredient. In writing this, I figured out that from my first steps on the ice all the way to my last year as a professional, I fell down 41,600 times.
Got up every time.
Got up 41,600 times. And in that, I learned how to survive cancer. I learned how to survive all kinds of setbacks and issues in my life. And so the idea of Finish First is really just a book about how to take ownership of where you are, how to take an accounting of what your your qualities are, what your talents are, to really identify your purpose, and then doing everything you can to answer that purpose. And my goodness, it can be anything from being, graduating college, to being a CEO of a company, to winning a competition, to being the best parent you can be, to, it has so many applications in athletics, academia, business, parenting, personal excellence, that I really truly believe that the second part of the title, Winning Changes Everything, is really apropos, because once you feel that victory, once you understand victory, then you crave it, and you understand that there's a process in order to get there, and there's a process that prevents you from getting there.
1972, you went to the national championships. You fell 5 times. You finished last. And you're quoted, looking back, I can't help but think about how important all of this losing was in terms of preparing me for my future success. You just made the comment, make it again, about how applicable this book is to everybody, not just a skater, not just a sports person.
Well, I mean, you learn through failure. You learn through, sometimes it stings, sometimes it physically hurts. Yeah. A lot of times it emotionally has its, and, spiritually has its setbacks. But all of that is a strengthening thing, because, again, once you get used to falling down and getting up, you realize that the getting up is the next opportunity, is the next, it allows the next good thing to happen. So if I hadn't had those massive failures, early in my career, I watched so many of those kids that won those competitions. For them, that was their destination, and they just didn't really want to go any further than that. Yeah. For me, it was like my chin stuck out a little bit, and then I kept kind of going back to my losing ways. I struggled with consistency. And then all of a sudden, I got to a point where it's like, what if I do it this way instead of that way? And then I see the benefits. What if, when I fell on my hip, probably 300 times, to the point where it was swollen from just above my knee to just above my waist with a floating cyst. What if I get that cyst taken out and drain now it hurts too much to fall on that hip. So I'm just not going to fall in it anymore. It's just, I'm going to start landing stuff. So failure teaches us, if that's the worst thing that can happen, I'm still here. Let's get busy, and let's make sure that doesn't happen again. And if it does, learn from it. And if it happens again, learn from that. And then pretty soon you're going to start building that muscle in your brain that you're extremely resilient, and you're able to face the next thing with courage and a great deal of tenacity.
You also write the number one predictor of whether you'll be a winner is if you decide to be one. What do you mean?
It's a personal choice. I mean, there's lots of things that go into it. It's showing up every day. It's outworking other people. It's making easy choices. It's it's being accountable. It's being committed. It's keeping your eye on the prize. There's this path to victory, and here it is. Here's your lane, and all this stuff out here is going to try to pull you out of your lane and try to knock you off your path. But if you're able to stay in your lane and stay with the program, you're probably going to be okay. And that means if I have a class or a session at 6 o'clock in the morning or 7 o'clock in the morning, and some buddies go, hey, do you want to go to the midnight movie tonight? It's going to be really fun. It's a brand new, great movie. It's nobody's ever seen it before. We'll be the first ones to see it. It's like, do I make that choice? Or do I say, you know what, I'm going to see it as soon as the box office starts chilling a little bit. I'm going to make a decision to be rested for my class or my session, and then I get more out of it. And then you get consistent with those decisions, and my goodness, it changes everything.
It does apply to everybody. So my question is, why can't you putt better?
I am now.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Okay. And
I'm a good putter.
Better?
Yeah.
You're playing better?
I'm not playing better, but I'm a better putter because I just decided to let the ball do the work.
Oh, good. Wow. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, I've seen it. We don't have time for a golf lesson, okay? And I think you'd be net disappointed, the bottom line is. 5 years from now, where are you?
5 years from now, I want to have an Olympic-level skating program where we're building these skaters toward the Olympics. I want to have at least advanced, 3 or 4 or 5 proven treatments, in immunotherapy and targeted therapies to help people live their lives more legitimate and longer without the sting of chemotherapy. I'd love to have CARES have offices all over the country where we're able to help people one-on-one with their challenges and their issues, possibly in proton centers around the country, which is a really precise form of radcare.org, a really precise form of radiation that doesn't expose you to the secondary cancers and all the other toxicities of traditional radiation. There's a million things I'd like to be doing in 5 years. I know that in 5 years, 2 of my 4 kids will have launched, so I'll be, kind of
half empty nest.
Yeah, that'll be. I'll be. My heart will be a little bit broken, but at the same time,
they come back.
I just want to be healthy and active in 5 years. That's the first thing, and that's up to me to stay in my lane and work out every day. But the biggest part is to see the Skating Academy grow into what I know it can be, and for CARES to become, a big dog in the cancer community, and grow our programs, grow our understanding and influence in the cancer research space, and to make an impact, for those that are fighting for their lives.
Oh, is that all?
That's it.
I love you. Well, Scott Hamilton is one of those rare folks that transcends, certainly skating, transcends the Olympics, and in many ways transcends life. During the summer, his golf game is second to none, and when you consider what he's been through, he ought to get as many strokes as he wants. Well, let's go to basketball. Coming off a very successful All-Star weekend in L.A., the Sacramento Kings are looking to get a game in 2022 or 2023. Owner and chair Vivek Ranadive will present the team's bid to the league on February 23. Adam Silver, the commissioner, said he was determined to bring an All-Star game to Sacramento. But then he followed up the comments by saying the city lacked hotel rooms, and one way to deal with it is that they could bring a cruise ship or cruise ships docked in the port of Sacramento in West Sacramento. They've done it before in Jacksonville for the Super Bowl and the like. The Kings have one of the league's most cutting-edge arenas in the 2-year-old Golden One Center and expect Silver to make good on his word and place the All-Star game soon if the hotel room issue can be solved. Everybody's looking to try to do it. More and more NBA players starting to focus on entertainment ventures off the court, following the trend that Michael Jordan started years ago. Kevin Durant, Kobe Bryant, LeBron James tap into the billions of dollars that Netflix, Amazon, Apple, Facebook, and Google are pouring into original programming. Tony Parker, Blake Griffin, Steve Nash all either produced or developed scripted projects. James's Spring Hill Entertainment and Brian's Granity Studios considered the leading examples of showing how serious players are taking their entertainment ventures. LeBron done such a great job so far, said Durant. It can actually be done, and other players are following it. The ease of content creation and distribution, coupled with the increasing demand from fans around the world, has created the perfect storm for more NBA players to take a crack at their own entertainment ventures. And not just the entertainment ventures, but a platform for social change. James and Durant shared their dissent for President Donald Trump in a video produced by James' uninterrupted multimedia platform, depicted them riding around in a car with ESPN's Kerry Champion. At this time right now, with the President of the United States, he says, and they say, it's a bad time, and while we can't change what comes out of the man's mouth, we can continue to alert the people that watch us and listen to us. That's not the way. While James and Durant were disparaged by polarizing Fox News pundit Laura Ingraham, it's clear that leadership skills and large following they've developed on court have earned them the right to use their considerable platform and not, as Ingraham bleated, shut up and dribble. Probably backfired and will continue to backfire. And take a look at the NBA in other perspectives. They've got beginning to emerge from not just the pro side, but the college side. More and more schools are generating more and more money. University of Texas looks like they're trying to build a new basketball arena.
We're going to take a short break, but when we return, more Rick Horrow, the sports professor.
Hi, I'm Dr. Robert Clapper, Chief of Orthopedic Surgery at Cedars-Sinai Medical Group in Los Angeles, California. Dedicated to your health, your life, and your sports. As a weekend warrior, you know about sports injuries and pain. Exercise is an important element in keeping your body's core in good shape to minimize sports injuries. But when you are in pain, there is one product that I recommend to my patients, and that is Blue Goo Gel. Blue Goo consists of a proprietary formula developed specifically for the treatment of inflammation and general muscle aches and strains. I recommend Blue Goo for my patients coping with hip and knee pain before surgery, especially bursitis and tendinitis. Give Blue Goo a try. Call 1-888-330-0123 and you'll receive a 1-week supply of Blue Goo absolutely free. The makers of Blue Goo are even paying the shipping. The number again is 1-888-330-0123. If you want more information on Blue Goo, visit online at www.dothegoo.com.
Now available at select Big 5 stores near you.
When you struggle with credit card bills every month, you're not just in debt. Debt is all around you.
I see people every day that are on the brink. They're going to go over the edge, and at the bottom is bankruptcy, and we pull them back.
At the Debt Helpline, we're experts at helping you resolve your debt problems and become free of debt. We can help you pay off your debt and give you one lower monthly payment that you can afford.
You do get to consolidate your payments. You only have to worry about making one payment a month instead of making 3 or 4 or 5.
If you have $5,000, $10,000 or more in credit card bills, call the Debt Helpline now for a free confidential debt analysis.
800-957-6063. 800-957-6063. Call the CESI Debt Helpline right now for a free confidential debt review. 800-957-6063. 800-957-6063.
Rebuild or replace transmission, $3,200. Anti-lock brake system, $1,000. Rebuild or replace engine, $2,400. Truth is, once your manufacturer's warranty runs out, it's all on you. Every last cent. Get protection for covered repairs with a vehicle service contract from Toco Warranty. Unlike other companies, with Toco, there's no down payment, and the monthly payments are really affordable. Not sure how long you're keeping your car? At Toco, you can pay as you go. Keep your hard-earned cash and call Toco Warranty right now at 800-222-2313 to save big money on covered auto repairs. Prices vary by vehicle, but for about the cost of a tank of gas per month, a Toco plan has your back on expensive covered car repairs. Monthly payments are very affordable. Get your free quote now. Call Toco at 800-222-2313. That's 800-222-2313. 800-222-2313. Cancellation fee may apply, subject to eligibility. Not available in Missouri and Washington. Waiting period and deductible apply. Coverage provided and administered by Warrantech Corporation or its affiliates. Not affiliated with any manufacturer or dealership. Visit TocoWarranty.com for complete terms and conditions.
Welcome back to Beyond the Scoreboard with Rick Horrow. We pick up right where we left off.
Philanthropic events, and Vegas had the third highest number of unaccompanied homeless youth, over 2,000 in 2017, and the Raiders are targeting that. The Golden Knights Foundation also focusing on homeless and others in a crowd of 400 business leaders involved in philanthropic giving all over Vegas. So the bottom line is, the more the NFL looks at a city, not just the NFL, clearly the NHL as well, the more philanthropy brought to that city, and obviously really important as well when you think about it. So part of the other issue with basketball as well is that we have individuals who are focusing on social change. Kevin Durant, LeBron James, and the NFL as well. John Stallworth, he devoted his post-Steelers career to philanthropy. He receives the Dapper Dan Lifetime Achievement Award, 14-year Hall of Fame career, 4 Super Bowl rings, 537 receptions. But he considers the establishment of the John Stallworth Foundation, which was founded in 1980, as one of his prime accomplishments. Went to Alabama A&M. highlight of his post-Steelers career. He retired at the age of 35 in 1987. The average NFL salary around $215,000. He earned an MBA while still a player, and in 86 he launched his company Madison Research, an aerospace and military contracting firm. And at his peak, Madison Research employed 750 people and grossed more than $80 million annually. He sold the company in 2006 for $69 million. Looking back, he credits his relationships with the Rooney family, the Kroom family, Sylvester Kroom and the like, and others for helping him open doors in the business world during his post-playing career. So when you think of Kevin Durant, LeBron James, really important, but let's remember there are others out there who are philanthropic as well, football and other sports. Well, that's it for Beyond the Scoreboard this week. We'd like to thank, obviously, Scott Hamilton. I'd like to thank Dan Martin and Tanner Simpkins for putting the podcast together as every week. And we'd like to thank you for listening and watching. Major League Baseball opening, focusing on golf and the Florida Swing, and a whole host of other events next week. And join us when we go Beyond the Scoreboard.